All right, one of the other good tricks to know to start a fire, especially when it's wet, but for any fire easily, is how to find fatwood. It's kind of like a lot of people soak cotton balls with Vaseline or even use Doritos or things like that to get fires started, but this is nature's way. You can dig through some of this rotten wood. This is called hilta. It's good for making smoky fires if you want that. Get some of these old chunks, and sometimes on the inside there, that one has some. So, here, watch. You split that open, you see that shiny sap-soaked wood. It's the last stuff to rot usually, and so a lot of times when you dig through these piles, you can find a good chunk of that, and it's always worth saving because it works as good as any artificial fire starter there is. It smells like sap. Sometimes if you're burning wood and you see it's black and smoke, you know, a lot of fire flames and black smoke, it's a good indication you're burning some fatwood. Take some aside and cut it up. I'll show you how to process it a little more and how it works. As we carve this down, look at that really shiny sap-soaked wood. Beautiful stuff for starting fires. And I'll just make myself a nice piece of it and have it in my pack or in my pocket. I actually have a piece in my pocket right now. And it'll really start a fire even in wet conditions, no problem. There you go. Nice piece. And then I'll just show you how it works real quick. So you can find this in a lot of other places other than these rotted up piles of hilta, which is the Evenki word for that alligator skin type wood. It's what they use to make smoky fires, keep bugs away, keep their reindeer free of bugs by, you know, creating a bunch of smoke. It's actually pretty interesting. Without those smoky fires, they probably wouldn't be able to keep reindeer at all in the summer because they'd run all around. But anyway, when digging through it, you'll find this. But you'll also find this a lot of times, branches and limbs and injured spots of trees. When the tree rots away, it's like I said, one of the last places to rot. And you can just make little shavings of this. You don't even have to be that. You don't have to be that picky about size or anything. And a little bit goes a long ways. So we'll just carve up some curls, and I'll show you how easily it takes a spark and how long it burns. So if you have somewhat damp tinder and you get a pile of this stuff going underneath it, it'll burn long enough to dry that tinder out and get your fire going. I've started a lot of fires in wet conditions with this stuff. So here we go, and I'll show you how that takes a spark. Make a pile. And when you got, as with, you know, with a ferro rod, when you have a pile again of tinder, loose tinder like this, it's always best to pull the rod towards you and not the knife towards the pile, or you'll knock it all around. So now it's just a matter of getting a hot spark to land in there. There, look how easy that is. Now watch how long this burns. And this stuff, even in rainy conditions, it's so oil soaked it doesn't get saturated, so it'll be like this in even rainy conditions. So keep your eyes out for it. If you ever see it, maybe you'll come across some while you're splitting firewood or hiking along, whatever it is. Like I said, it's as good as any artificial fire starter. So there you go, a good little trick, fatwood.